Welcome to a new video in the Everyday Stoic Philosophy series. Today we will explore a topic that is both sensitive and familiar to many of us, the feeling of being manipulated and taken advantage of. In relationships, whether friendships, romantic relationships, or work, the scariest thing is probably being taken advantage of without even realizing it. When we realize that we have been taken advantage of, negative emotions such as disappointment, sadness, and anger will flood our minds, making us feel helpless and tired. These emotions not only cause mental harm, but also deeply affect our physical health. However, Stoic wisdom teaches us that, no matter how unfair life is, we can still control our emotions and actions. We cannot change what others do, but we can choose how to react and protect ourselves. Stay tuned for this video where I will share with you 7 clear signs that someone might be using you. Don't forget to watch the whole video because each part will be a valuable lesson that will help you live a stronger and more sober life. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel to support us and receive the latest videos. Together we will build a more enlightened and fulfilling life. Now let's explore the first signs that someone is just using you and doesn't care about you. Unfulfilled promises. Who among us hasn't put our trust in someone's promises only to find out later that they were just empty words? These promises can be about work, love, or even shared plans. But when they are not kept, the feeling of disappointment and pain is often overwhelming. The weight of broken promises can drag us down into the depths of disillusionment, causing our hearts to shrink in cynicism and distrust of others. Stoicism teaches that we can only control what is within ourselves: our thoughts, actions, and reactions. The promises of others, no matter how beautiful, are not within our control. When someone breaks a promise, instead of getting angry or blaming ourselves, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to practice patience and self-control. The lesson here is that our ego should not be subdued by broken promises. It is how we react that determines our self-worth. Let's say you have an important appointment with a friend and they promise to be on time to help you with your work. However, they are late and do not have any valid reasons. Feelings of disappointment and frustration will immediately invade you. But if you apply the Stoic philosophy, instead of letting your emotions dominate, you can choose to look at the situation calmly. You understand that they have no control over their situation, and what you can control is how you react. You can learn to forgive, not let this broken promise affect your mood, and move on. The Stoic philosophy is not just about tolerating or accepting disappointment. It is about holding yourself up to challenges, learning not to let negative emotions dictate your actions. Every time a promise is broken, consider it an opportunity to practice patience, to learn to respect yourself and the limitations of others. Ultimately, it is your reaction that determines who you are. You can be a strong and self-possessed person who does not get caught up in anger or frustration, but instead you will be calm and clear-headed, accepting the imperfection of life and moving on with peace of mind. When you apply the Stoic philosophy to situations of broken promises in life, you not only protect yourself from negative emotions, but you also develop a stronger mindset that is not shaken by external disappointments. Because in the end, as Epictetus said, we cannot choose what happens to us, but we can choose how we react. Second sign, disregard for your needs or feelings. Have you ever felt like you were being ignored, that you gave someone your all and cared for them, but they didn't care about you? It feels like you're giving your best, only to be ignored or even disrespected. In today's world, when your generosity and affection are taken for granted and your needs or feelings are ignored, it can feel like the fire inside you has been extinguished by a cold wind. However, it is in moments like these that Stoic philosophy can illuminate our path. It reminds us that, no matter how others behave, our dignity and self-esteem are only compromised if we allow them to be. Our feelings and self-worth are not dependent on the recognition or attention of others. When someone disregards your needs and feelings, remember that it is a reflection of their character, not a measure of your worth. Suppose you have spent a week helping a friend complete an important project, hoping that your contribution will be recognized and at least thanked. However, when the work is done, they completely ignore what you did, without even a word of thanks. Instead of getting angry or frustrated, You can look at the situation objectively, as Stoicism suggests. You realize that their actions are not a reflection of your worthlessness, but rather how they view and value the relationship. In this situation, you can choose not to let that indifference affect your feelings. You may feel regret for the disrespect, but do not let it overshadow your dignity. You can still find strength in your self-esteem because you know that your worth does not depend on how others treat you. Stoicism teaches us that our peace and happiness do not depend on what others do or do not do. People may ignore, belittle, or disapprove of your efforts, but that does not diminish your self-worth. Your happiness and peace must come from within, from living true to your own values and not from the approval or love of others. What matters is not what others do, but how you respond to those actions. You may feel hurt, but do not let their indifference dim your inner light. You can choose to maintain your self-respect, continue to treat yourself well, and not let other people's behavior change how you see your worth. When you understand that your happiness does not depend on the attention or approval of others, you will no longer feel hurt when someone ignores you. Your worth and dignity are yours, and no one can take them away without your permission. Sign 3: Criticism and devaluing. In life, we inevitably have moments when we are criticized or devalued by others. This is especially true when we share our thoughts or achievements in the hope of receiving recognition, only to receive contempt or ridicule in return. Criticism can make us feel as if our light is being extinguished, as if others are trying to diminish our worth. This can hurt, but through the lens of Stoic philosophy, you will realize that this is an opportunity to control your mood and protect your peace. Stoic philosophy teaches us that everything in life is beyond our control, including criticism and contempt from others. What you cannot control are the actions and words of others. However, what you can control is how you respond to them. When someone criticizes you, don't let those words shake your self-confidence and self-worth. You are the only one who has the right to judge yourself. No one else can do that. Let's say you have just completed an important project that you have put a lot of time and effort into. You are very proud of your results and expect others, especially a colleague or family member, to recognize you. However, when you share your success, the other person just brushes it off or, worse, ridicules you, making you feel like your achievements are worthless. In this situation, you should not let those words destroy your peace. Remember that those criticisms do not reflect your worth, but only the other person's views and feelings. If you let these words affect you, you have given others the power to determine your mood and self-esteem. Stoicism advises us that no matter how much someone criticizes or disparages us, our inner peace and self-worth should never depend on the judgment of others. When faced with criticism, ask yourself, why should I let them affect my peace? Learn to maintain control over your thoughts and emotions. Instead of letting negative words take over, use them as an opportunity to test and strengthen your own self-esteem. The truth is, you can't stop others from criticizing you, but you can control how you respond. No one has the right to judge you but yourself. You can choose not to let other people's words hurt you, but instead maintain your confidence and self-esteem. You can learn from criticism, but not let it control you. Our happiness and peace do not depend on the recognition or judgment of others. I would be so grateful if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel to get all the helpful videos you need to follow these eye-opening lessons in your life. Sign 4: Absence at important moments. We have all experienced loneliness in our lives when we face challenges, especially when we need the support of our closest friends or loved ones, but they are not there. These moments are not only a test of our endurance, but also a profound opportunity for self-discovery and growth. At these times, you may feel frustrated, feeling like you are left alone in the storm of life. However, through the lens of Stoic philosophy, you will realize that this is the time to find your inner strength and build your resilience. Imagine you are going through a difficult time in your life. For example, when you have just failed in a startup and lost all your money. You hope for support from a close friend, someone you trust and think will be there when you need them most. However, instead of receiving the support and encouragement you expected, that friend is absent. They don't answer the phone, don't respond to messages, and you feel like you're facing everything alone. In that moment, you may feel frustrated, abandoned. but we can't control the actions of others, including whether they are present or absent when we need them. We can control our own reactions. The absence of a friend or loved one at a crucial time can make you feel lost and sad, but it shouldn't affect your inner peace. It's an opportunity for you to explore and test your independence and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that our inner peace and strength should not depend on the presence or actions of others. When faced with the absence of others, remember that your worth does not depend on the presence or support of others. You may feel lonely and frustrated, but that is when you need to draw on your inner strength. The ability to find peace within yourself, even when the world around you is uncertain and unreliable, is the essence of Stoicism. This is a time for self-reflection and learning about your own resilience. You can use these moments to strengthen your independence and build mental strength. Try taking a moment to meditate whenever you feel alone in a difficult situation. Take a deep breath, calm down, and come back to the present. Ask yourself, what is within my control in this moment? You cannot control the actions of others, but you can control your own response. Affirm your own strength, visualizing yourself standing strong in the storm, unaffected by what is happening around you. Remember that the absence of others does not diminish your worth or your ability to face life's challenges. Cultivate your inner strength and resilience. It is the most lasting strength you can possess. Sign 5. Never getting thanked. We have all been in situations where everything we do for others seems unappreciated. You help a friend, work hard to make them happy, are always there to listen and be there when they need you. You even go above and beyond to make them happy and feel comfortable. However, after all that you do, you receive silence or lack of appreciation, not even a thank you. If you don't get a thank you, don't let this lack of appreciation make you feel disappointed or hurt. What matters is that you did a good deed, and that is something you can control. Satisfaction comes from your own good deeds, not from the feedback of others. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our happiness and peace should not depend on external validation. What you can control is how you respond to this situation and how you maintain your composure and self-respect. In relationships, not being thanked can be a sign that you are being taken advantage of. However, from a Stoic perspective, remember that doing good should not be viewed as a condition for receiving recognition. Instead, do it for yourself and for the good you bring. Find joy and peace in doing good, not depending on the judgment of others. Remember that you cannot control how others react to what you do for them, but you can control how you feel and react to the lack of recognition. You can ask yourself, do I really need a thank you to know that I did the right thing? If the answer is no, you will feel freer, no longer depending on the words or attitudes of others to feel satisfied. Sign 6. The type who only appears when they need something from you. You must have come across this type of person in your life. People who only appear when they need something from you. You will notice that when things are going well in their lives, they will always be distant, even absent. But when they need a favor, a cry for help, they will immediately appear, pretend to care, flatter you to get what they want. This is a clear sign that someone is taking advantage of you, and realizing this is an important step to protecting the peace in your life. Imagine you have a friend. For a long time, you two haven't talked much. He rarely takes the initiative to contact you, and every time you need help or share, he is not there. But one day he suddenly calls you and complains about a problem at work, asking you to help him solve an urgent situation. He starts asking you how you are, complimenting you, and showing a lot of interest in your life. After receiving your help, he disappears, no longer contacts you or cares about you. Stoic philosophy does not encourage us to react with anger or bitterness when we encounter such people. Instead, it teaches us to look at relationships objectively and clearly. These interactions are just transactions, not true friendships. When you realize that someone is only there when they need something from you, it is important not to judge them or feel used. Instead, stop, reflect on the nature of the relationship, and evaluate whether the person truly values you for who you are or just for what you can offer. We don't let frustration or feeling used destroy our inner peace. We can't control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond. When you notice someone who only shows up when they need help, take a step back and evaluate the relationship. Are they truly contributing to your life in a meaningful way? Is the relationship truly respectful and balanced? This type of person can leave you feeling drained and exhausted, but Stoicism offers us a way to navigate this situation calmly and wisely. Instead of feeling used, you can identify their behavior clearly and without judgment. Take a step back and evaluate your relationship, and set boundaries wisely to protect yourself. Helping others is still a good thing, but only if the relationship is built on mutual respect and appreciation. The final sign: lack of empathy, a clear sign of being used. One of the most obvious signs that someone is using you is a lack of empathy. When someone truly cares about you, they will make an effort to understand and share your feelings. They will stand by you in times of trouble, support you when you need it, and be willing to share your joys and sorrows. But if the person constantly shows no regard for your feelings, experiences, or happiness, it is a clear sign that they may be using you without truly caring about you as a person, but only as a tool to achieve their goals. Let's say you have a close friend named Anna. For years, you have been there for her when she is in trouble. You listen to her stories and are willing to help her at any time, from providing financial support to helping her solve her personal problems. However, when you are in trouble, Anna does not show any concern and may not even ask you a question. One time, when you shared about your difficulties at work, Anna just listened indifferently and quickly moved on to her own story without offering any advice or support. This makes you feel like you are being taken advantage of. You are always there when she needs you, but she never cares about you when you need support. Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot control how others treat us, but we can absolutely control how we react and perceive those actions. When someone lacks empathy towards you, you may feel hurt, disappointed, and taken advantage of. However, instead of letting these feelings control you, Stoicism encourages you to look at the situation objectively. Other people's feelings and actions cannot determine your worth. Stoicism also teaches us that our happiness should not depend on the actions or care of others. When someone lacks empathy, it is their problem, not yours. Recognizing this behavior will help you avoid being taken advantage of and protect your feelings and inner peace. When you notice someone lacking empathy and not caring about your feelings, take a step back and think about the relationship. Are you offering help and care unconditionally while the other person just takes it without giving any attention or support in return? Stoicism encourages us to set boundaries and protect our energy. Sometimes helping others is not asking for anything in return, but if your help is not received with gratitude, you need to consider whether or not to continue. Lack of empathy is one of the most obvious signs that someone may be taking advantage of you. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us that your happiness and peace should not depend on the care of others. When you realize that someone does not truly care about your feelings and needs, set boundaries and protect yourself. Authentic relationships will not make you feel taken advantage of, but will always bring respect, sharing, and genuine care. Recognizing the signs of being taken advantage of will not only help you protect yourself, but also help you build healthy, respectful relationships. Recognizing broken promises, disregard for your feelings, or lack of empathy can help you avoid one-sided relationships and protect your own inner peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need it. Subscribe to Stoic Wisdom Daily for more daily wisdom videos, where you can always find a steady source of motivation throughout the day. Thanks for watching.